Alright, I'm not seeing anybody say anything in chat here, so let's just go ahead and hop right in then. And here we go. Anybody that knows the build that I use, I'm going to keep using this photon art over and over. Because eventually the photon point cost gets all the way down to just 4 photon points. Sucks that they pulled all the way out there. So the funny thing about how this works is also the fact that you kind of have to know when a hit is going to knock you around. So that way, even if you get hit by it, because you're already in the attacking motion, you're not going to get hit out of it, essentially. Because if you get interrupted like that, then you lose what's been going on with the photon points. I'll have to refresh those in a moment. Alright, they're about to go down, so I'm going to release that so I can refresh those real quick. There we go. Made it just in time. Nice, we got a, what looks like a 13 star there. Maybe a 14 star. of players, so no reason to delay this.
最前線への転送が間もなく行われます。第一次作戦はパルスアームを駆逐し本体を消耗させることが目標です。これまでの戦闘とは別次元の過酷な戦いになることが予想されます。どうかご無事で。
Here we go once again. I'm not sure if I still have it or not. Probably not. Nope.
Completed.
Alright, next round. And we're at 12 players.
最前線への転送が間もなく行われます。第一次作戦はパルスアームを駆逐し本体を消耗させることが目標です。
It's largely, I see, right. It's largely because, for the most part, I don't have to worry about any healing anymore. Because I take so little damage that the effectiveness of what my mates are doing now, when I combine that with Automate, is almost 3 times as much healing as I used to have in reserve. So it's like, even though I have lost access to Resta, I never take enough damage to the point where I actually need to heal myself anymore. It would take like a really, really long mission for me to run into that as an issue. And even if I was, say, doing like endless missions, those usually give you a checkpoint every 4 missions or so to let you restock on items. So even in that, I still never run out of mates now. So in a way, this is kind of like the build I've always wanted to have, where I just didn't have to worry about my own health to begin with. It's just because of how Etoile ended up being when it was working with the double saber self-healing, not helping with that at all. It just made more sense for me to stick with what I knew, at least for my main, and have Etoile as a subclass instead. It's effectively the same thing I did when Phantom came out. Phantom gave me benefits in that I had increased gear generation as well as photon point generation, and now here with Etoile, I just simply don't have to worry about my own health anymore. It's actually promoting a gameplay style of reckless abandon, essentially, where I just don't worry at all about any hits I've got coming. At the most, what I'll do is maybe pop the Massive Hunter buff, and that's about it. If I know I've got a big hit coming. I mean, that's not even... Oh yeah, I would definitely agree. They're a good bossing weapon. There's one in particular that it charges up an attack and then releases it as sort of like a ranged attack, I think. That one seemed to be the most effective. Although, in terms of combo ability, I don't know if that one was actually the most comboable. Since at the end of the attack, it moved you away from the target, and there were some initial melee hits. Yeah, really, the only disadvantage to Etoile is you lose access to like Shifted D-Band and Anti, but with Shifted D-Band, you can get those through items, and as for Anti, I've got this Storm Shade here, which has Anti built in. Ah, gotcha. I might have to pick that up then. And thanks for joining. Probably got time for 1 or 2 more runs here before Phase 2 starts. You know what? Yeah, I'm using a Self-Fultz right now, which has just Shift built in, but if I can get a Talus that has both shift to and D-band, that'll be even better. Ooh, I got knocked out. Oh well. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have time for one more round of this.
お疲れ様でした。そのまま帰還してください。
Completed.
最前線への転送が間もなく行われます。第一次作戦はファルスアームを駆逐し本体を消耗させることが目標です。これまでの戦闘とは別次元の過酷な戦いになることが予想されます。どうかご無事で。緊急連絡です。
Can't go wrong with a weak bullet here. Yeah, part of this build, the way it works, like I said before, you need to know when something's trying to bounce you around so that you can at least get your animation going. But part of it is also sort of RNG as well, just because you don't always know what the enemy is going to do. And then once you kind of lose what you've been building, it takes a really long time to get back to that, especially when you're using a light stream weapon, which automatically refills its photon points on a cooldown. That's where you start to run into trouble if that cooldown has already been used, essentially. But if you look right there, I mean, I'm already at the point where it's only using 4 photon points now. So right there, where it's where those hands come down and try to smash the ground, that's at one point where I would get bounced around. So I have to release the photon arc to get the animation going, so I get the frames where I don't get knocked out. All right, so I just lost it, but that's fine since we do also have our Imperial Cleave built up now. And from here, it's just kind of a regular fight now. And there we go. Oh, nice. We got a bunch of special weapons that time. Alright, and now we're just waiting for 8 more players to pop in here, and then we'll be able to, take on Falz. Take on Elder, rather. Yeah, those units aren't doing anything for me. I only keep units that have either 4 or more slots on them. Looks like we're at 12 players. Let's get this going. Alright, let's do it!
中通達だ。よく聞け。
Minty, thank you for the follow. Somebody just shocked the falls with the Zon technique. And they just got shocked again as I was trying to get ready for their next attack there. Funny how the delay works sometimes. There goes an arm. So I see what they're trying to do by shocking him. Unfortunately, he has just a little bit too much health in this version to do that strategy whereby you shock him when 3 arms are down, and then that lets you get potentially a 5th or even 6th arm kill before he brings out his second phase. I did not mean to use that star atomizer. Oh well. Alright, we're headed into the final phase. Just about got him done. Rollin 81, thank you for the follow. Nice, did max damage on him there. And down goes Elder. Roland, this is the Japanese version of the game. But I am also signed up for the Western version on the Xbox for whenever that beta test starts. Alright, let's get out of here. PS4 may be coming, although it's also already available for PS4 on the Japanese version as well. So it's probably just a matter of just swapping some code around to get that working as well.
Emergency code protection.
Thank you sincerely, Dream, for the host. Right now I'm just going through the drops I got from the Falz Elder fight there. That just happened here on Ship 2. Let's see, got a bunch of dim weapons. Those are useful for fodder, usually. Alright, let's see what we can get rid of here immediately. So, anytime we got something that is less than 7 slots, I get rid of in terms of weapons, since I do not sell stuff fast enough on my shop for it to even be worth it for me to hang on to these. So, do one quick look just to make sure there's nothing that I need. Doesn't look like it. Yep, let's get rid of these. It's a great game. There's no reason not to go full out on it. Let's see. So the rest of what we got. Let me hit my room real quick. And I'm gonna dump this, the rest of what we got, into desynthesis. Mace of Adaman, they keep dropping off dirt all these years. Alright, I think we're good there. Yep, we should be fine now. Alright, so what I want to do next is I want to do one more quick warm-up before we really get going here. I need to make a quick stop to my team room here. And we're going to get an attack up buff here. There we go. Let's make our way back out to the gate area now. And with that, we are going to pop a trigger. And that is going to be Destroyers of Light. So this is the one where we need to take down both Falz Mother as well as Deus. And for this one, I want a random Drink X, and I'm looking for the weak point boost. There it is. And now let's just go ahead and top ourselves off on items. And I'll go ahead and refresh my buffs now, just so I don't have to worry about that during the fight. Alright, let's do it. I wish the timer on this wasn't so long, that they could adjust it like they did for the Omega Masquerade fights, where it's just 3 seconds long. Alright, so if you need a reminder, the target time to beat on this one is 18 minutes. That's what I need in order to get an S rank from this. It takes care of one hand. That one went into the sky. There we go. Up against Mother. Take her out. As I mentioned before, the playstyle that I'm going for, using Hunter Etoile, basically allows me to do complete reckless abandon in terms of my own health. And so that's why I'm just attacking without even worrying about any damage I'm taking here. Well, it's not really the Hunter that's... Etoile is the subclass. And that's the thing that has the damage... oh, what was it called again? Damage Balancer, which basically makes it so that you're only taking like a quarter of the damage you would normally take. Combine that with Hunter's Automate ability, and as long as you have mates, which are monomates, dimates, and trimates, your basic healing items, you never run out of healing. Or at least I have yet to run out of healing. Alright, that's up in the sky. Let me reboost. Question is, can I just 3-round her today? That's gonna be determined real quick here. It's Etoile. Nope, gotta go through a 4th round. Oh well. I can't believe the auto-targeting sent me in a different direction there, instead of through the gate. Alright, let's see how close I was to getting a 4 round. That fast! I was less than 100,000 points away. Oh my goodness, that is the first time I've ever done that. Taking her, getting all of her cubes down, and not missing a single one on the second phase there. Yeah, she just went down. Alright, into the teleporter. Let's get let's get the second battle started. Just 6.5 minutes, not bad so far. That gives me plenty of time to work with against Deus here. Yeah, it's been decent. Can't really complain about anything specifically. It was good seeing the family and everything. Alright, time for them to pop their orbs out. There we go. That's 1. That's 2. And that's the last one. Up we go. Let's make tracks. Really wasn't that I had defended it. I used my Massive Hunter ability, which basically allows me to ignore any hit that comes in and just continue my attack. Alright, orbs are coming up in just a second. There we go. That's 1, 2, 3. And that's the last one. Let's get back up there. Yeah, it's that number 3 button I have on my sub palette. It lasts for 30 seconds, and then there's a 60-second cooldown once it's done. Basically what I'm doing right now is I'm turning these dragons into trees. Once they become trees, then they go into this orb phase here. And up we go again. Well, it's not really flying, it's more I have the ability to air dash, essentially. I think I missed the big hit there. Oh well. Sorry about that. This guy is always so annoying how much he likes to waste time. Alright, he's on the ground. See if we can force him into his last phase. Not quite. There we go. There's one hit off. Alright, let's do a Dark Blast and take out these heads. That is a Dark Blast. Basically turns you into a Falls-like creature. You unlock it early in Episode 5. Alright, let's finish it off. And down they go. About 90 seconds left on the clock. Alright, good warm-up. Let's grab all this and we'll check out what we got.
Completed.
That's actually one of the longer fights in this game. Typically they're closer around, I would say, 6 to 8 minutes long. But it really depends also on who's in your party. Like, if you're dealing with a lot of inexperienced players in your party, then the fight can take much longer. Now, let's see. First thing I wanted to do is I wanted to speak to Pudding over here. Now, which one do I have going? No, I actually need to change off this one, and it's a good thing this only just started here. So we'll go ahead and remove that sheet, and instead I'm looking for the Talus. It's this one, right? Yeah, I think so. This Talus, yeah, this is an all-class Talus. Shining Guard... Potential ability. Yeah, there we go. So, what this does is it allows you to cast Shifta, and when you cast Shifta, it will also cast D-Band on yourself as well. You technically can solo everything, but I would not recommend it. There's a lot of content that's designed for 12-player parties. Yeah, Complex Zero. I can't wait for that to start up either. I'm expecting we're probably going to see that probably sometime in late winter, early spring, just based on the timing of everything else that's going on. From what I understand is happening is come sometime in March. Support for Windows 7 is being dropped from this game, and what I think might happen at that time is this may become a universal Windows platform game on the PC, and what that would mean is then the basically Sega would just simply need to port the game over from it being a Windows game into an Xbox game, and with it being a universal Windows platform game, that makes it a whole lot easier to do. Alright, we got some decent 10-star drops we can at least convert into X-Cubes. Even got some of them that have a large number of abilities on them, so I'll hang on to those, but like I've said in the past, anytime I get something that has less than 7 abilities, I don't even look at it, because when I'm trying to sell these on the market, they don't even sell fast enough for it to make sense for me to keep hanging on to anything less than 7. Alright, let's see here. And then in terms of what else we got, we can get rid of that one. And then we'll need to hit the room later on for the rest of this to desynth this. Yeah, I would definitely agree on that. The thing that I'm kind of hopeful for at this point is the fact that because all these elements seem to be happening at the same time, with them dropping Windows 7 support and things like that, it has me hopeful that what's going to end up happening is the Xbox server, as it were, is going to be directly connected to everything else. That we would have true global servers. And the reason I say it like that is because if you come over here under the different block menu, we have all these blocks that start B-0, and then if we come down here, we have these Sony blocks, which support the Vita and PlayStation 4. And then here we have these cloud blocks. The cloud blocks are dedicated to the cloud version of the PC client, where you don't have to download everything to use it, and it also supports the Nintendo Switch version of the game. So it's the way things are looking right now, it seems like they're going to be adding one more set of blocks here, which will be, say, B-500, which will be Xbox blocks. And what might happen is during that beta, they may make it available to PC players, Japanese PC players, to go into those blocks. And if that's the case, then all bets are off, everything is global, and I end up very happy with how the game turns out. Right, I understand what you're saying in that complex, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it can't still also be part of the same cluster of servers, even though Microsoft is providing the servers, I guess is what I'm saying. Because they obviously have to do some sort of conversion to make it compatible with the PlayStation Network and with the Switch network. But we'll see how this all plays out. Anyway, let's see. So I haven't completed any missions yet. Let's go under client orders, since I do have several of these I need to complete today here. Mostly I want to focus on these over here, and for that, let's first make our way over to the forest. Yeah, that's what they said. So we'll see how much crossplay there is, I guess is the point that we're kind of all waiting to see here. If it's full crossplay, and they just add a bunch of servers to the blocks that are already existing here, then the game truly becomes global at that point. And it's exactly like how things were on the GameCube, where US, European, and Japanese players all played on the same servers at the same time. That's kind of the thing I've been hoping for, because doing that eliminates a whole host of other issues that come up. For example, item distribution. One of the big questions was, how are they going to have all the content, as they said, and yet there be not enough, there not being actually all the content that's come up. And the way to basically do that is to actually distribute a game that is compatible with all the other players in the world. And that's something that I was hoping for when I kind of put together my top 5 things I wanted to see from the game. I also said in that top 5 list, I didn't want to see stats on items, or rather stats on costumes, which was something that happened in the Southeast Asia version. Because that basically makes the game pay to win, when this game has never been focused on pay to win. It's always been play to win, or, to put it another way, get good. And there are ways to get good, especially because there's always a power creep going on in this game. It's actually really easy to get through content. If you can't get through it today, to be able to get through it, say, 3 or 4 months down the road, when the next tier of units and weapons comes out, essentially. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just taking out the native enemies around here to clear up a client order. These client orders in particular are useful for expanding your team's abilities, as well as powering up the team tree. The team tree is basically what gives you various boosts. For example, right now I'm using an attack boost. If we come over here and we look at support photon effect, that's the one I'm using right now. I'm trying to get that leveled up to level 8, since right now the boost is only giving me, I think, 12%? And at max power at level 8, it gives me a 25% boost. And that's a multiplier that's applied on top of everything else. Alright, so we just cleared up that client order. What else do we have? It doesn't look like we have anything else in this area, so let's get out of the forest. Oh, I totally agree on that point. Sega Japan is going to have the last word on things here. And if they have any impression of Americans from the past, they are not going to want to do it at all. Just because of how disruptive Westerners can be, and how sadly xenophobic a lot of Japanese players are. Let's see. Next, let's make our way over to the floating facility area, so we can knock out a couple of those client orders. I would say, if anything, that's a determination that the ESRB is going to have to make in how they rate the game. I don't know if Sega would actively censor the game in the West. They might, but I wouldn't see the point of doing that when there is the ESRB that can rate the game, and if necessary, give it a more mature rating, like a T for teen or something like that. I mean, it's possible it could end up with an M rating as well. But for me, it wouldn't matter if that were the case or not. Let's see here. So, basically for this one, we're just trying to get to the bosses. We don't need to worry about the intermediary here, since they don't go towards any of the client orders that I'm working towards here. Yeah, Complex Zero, definitely. They did not adjust it, even though there was the, what was it, the bathing suit outfit? On the, in Phantasy Star universe? The PlayStation version has access to all the costumes, so they already made that determination for Phantasy Star Online 2. Keep in mind, we have those PlayStation 4 blocks, as well as PlayStation Vita blocks. There we go, that clears up those client orders. I'm not really sure. I really can't read what Sega, or rather what Sony might do in that case then. I would say, well, I guess I would hope that they wouldn't change what their Japanese counterparts had already decided to do. Not to mention, then there becomes the issue of how does Sega implement something like that? Like, do they just make it so that the file is missing for the costume, and default the player to something else? Wouldn't be the first time that they've had to do... Well, no, let me take that back. The game would be able to handle that, but the way it would handle it is... let's see. I need to head into a busier block to show you. Actually, no, that was perfect right there. The way that the characters are sort of loading in here, they would, I would suspect, just permanently look like that until the costume gets changed to something else. Alright, let's see, I was gonna look at my client orders next again here. Oh, I still need to hand those in because I'm still under on my boost. Alright, let's see what we got next here. So we need to head into the Volcanic Caverns. We got coast exploration. Actually, why don't we take care of that one next? Coast exploration, as well as Balrodos. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out, I guess. Alright, location with the most players. Ah, nice, the rain just ended. So what I'm going to be doing this time here is I'm going to be taking out a lot of the enemies around the area first. And then once I do that for a little bit, then I'll head after the boss, Balgrodos. Just because, in order to clear some of these client orders, I need to take out enough enemies. And take a look at who it is, Lumia and Laia from Phantasy Star Universe Ambition of the Luminous. But they are on the other side of the map, so we're not actually going to be able to see them here. Oh wait, there they are. Good to see them. And we got a second emergency trial popping up here as well. Anything else?
Emergency code.
Looks like that's it. No, if anything, I ask a lot of deep questions as well. I've been working on a timeline theory for some time now, to kind of explain the whole series, as it were. I actually started putting some of that into a presentation, but it's nowhere near ready at this point. But look forward to it. That's probably something we'll be looking at. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it as like a live presentation here on Twitch in a few months or something like that. So that happened back in, I want to say it was episode 3, maybe episode 4, where Emilia and Vivienne managed to. They were from Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity. Well, actually, Emilia was. Vivienne is from Phantasy Star Portable, the first one. But basically, they used their subspace technology. I'm assuming after the first trip that didn't work right, which sent them to Regol, their second trip now sent them to the Arcs universe. And there was a whole thing around that, whereby there were voice cutscenes and things like that. Or maybe not voice, but they were definitely cutscenes. I can show you that once we get out of here, real quick. Alright, still waiting for the, to find wherever the targets we're looking for to help Laia and Lumia are. Alright, we got Darkers over here. And yeah, I know, it's silly that they're renaming them to Falls Spawn when that isn't even the right... it's not right from a lore perspective. We're probably getting pretty close on what we need in order to actually get an S rank.
Change over. Code. Attack.
Gotcha. Sorry to hear that that your computer broke like that.
Completed.
Alright, I think that finally cleared up this section. Let's start to head for the exit. Oh, and the umbrella that I just pulled out here, this has the anti-technique built into it.
Completed.
Alright, so that wraps up things with our friends from Gerol. We'll be back to the normal music in just a moment here. There we go. Ah, we got an orc blend back there.
Emergency. Code. Capture.
Nah, we're just gonna take it out. Alright, let's head down and meet the Balrodos. Ooh, had a little bit of lag there.
Emergency. Code. Due.
Alright, just waiting for them to pop up again. Gotcha! And that's an Imperial Cleave to your face. Alright, let's get out of here. So that gives Balrodos over, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang on to these two. I'm not going to hand them in just yet, just because it's nice to always have a couple in reserve for when the week switches over. Because once you get to this level, in order to get 1,000,000 Meseta for free each week, you need to hand in 200,000 Meseta worth of client order. And these two right here give you about 250,000. I also have this one, so I guess I'll go ahead and hand that one in now, though. And I'll go ahead and hand this one in as well, since that's that max reward as well. Alright, so up next... Kind of surprised we didn't see any Blue Magala down there. Those are actually from the coast area. Alright, let's take care of this Darker Aberration subjugation one. Now, best place for that is actually going to be Corruption Survey Naverius, if we can actually locate any of them. Like right here. Perfect.
Your Majesty, code, attack.
Oh boy, a bunch of stuff that I need just dropped on the ground here. Let's go ahead and pick those up real quick. Well, not necessarily need, but they're part of the collection files I've been working on. Alright, so that takes care of those darkers.
Completed.
Again, we kind of have to find these. That's not one of them.
Your Majesty, code, attack.
Yeah, and you can chase me all you want. You're not gonna catch me, though. Yeah, you can just pull the whole map here if you want to. But the drops really aren't worth it. A Dark Emperor Rappy, what are you doing here? And now I have to stop and take it out. Because that lets me pop right into my Dark Blast then.
Completed.
I was watching. Okay, down they go. Still looking for more darkers.
Change over. Code, attack.
Oh dear, that's the rare version of that boss. But now we have even more reason to stick around.
Your Majesty, code, disaster.
Again, I've got this boss set up just like I did with the Dark Falz Hands a little while ago. whereby
やりましたよ。
the photon arts costs very little now since it's fully charged.
Completed.
So what would cost around 20 photon points before this is now only costing me about 4 photon points per use right now. And that happens when you just use the same photon art over and over and over. I am really surprised to see somebody else in here right now. For lack of a better word, this content is effectively dead right now. There's some Darkers.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
And that does it. So, let's head for the exit here. And we got Dio Hunar here.
Emergency. Code. Due.
Alright, they're gonna start firing their bullets. I just have to get behind the tree here. It'll be fine. Now, they still have one weapon that's not broken yet, so we gotta take care of that. Again, like I said, reckless abandon for how this playstyle works. It's possible they may have had the same goal that I did, locating Darkers. Alright, there goes Dio Hunar. I'm not expecting much to drop here. Yeah, just some Phantasmal Ares stones. Those are for really, really old weapons. Alright, and we got another thing coming up here shortly. Looks like this is going to be the Merry Christmas emergency quest coming up here in about 15 minutes. Alright, let me see if anything else is sold here. Yeah, a couple of things did. I'll restock that later. Alright, while we're waiting for the emergency quest to start up, why don't we go ahead and pop another trigger? Let's do Endless Darkness on Ultra Hard. No, that was for the player shop. If you sell anything, if you just want to get into your inventory, it's that easy right there. All right, let's head on down.
Dark Falz Elder を殲滅し、深淵なる闇への道を作ること。相手はダークファルス。その力の底は計り知れません。どうか気をつけて無事に帰ってきてください。
Complex. You're talking about the parallel areas, I think. Yeah, those have become kind of irrelevant these days, to be honest. Get back here, Double. There we go. There goes one leg. Let's get the other. Now, the auto-targeting just sent me nowhere. Alright, there we go. Onto the tongue. Alright, once again, onto the tongue. Yeah, even with big hits like that, I am just not concerned as an Etoile sub about the incoming damage, basically. Alright, down goes Double. And we are now on to the Profound Darkness.
残る目的はかの強大な目標を打ち倒すことのみです。細かな指示や命令はありません。完全と戦い、必ず生還してください。絶対ですよ。
Alright, got the early hit. Let's get to it.
Emergency code due.
At this point, I'm just trying to break as many parts as I can here. Alright, I believe this is going to get it into the bit phase. Yep, there we go. Alright, come on, bit phase again. Imperial Cleave. Now we just gotta force it into the next phase. There we go. Phase 3. Once again, the bits come out. Timber! Nice, got it in one strike there this time. Hey Persona, how you doing today? Oh no, I hit the button too early. Oh well. We'll be in there in just a moment. Timber! Might have been 30 seconds off on that one, I'm not sure. We'll find out in just a moment.
Completed.
Yeah, I was off by 30 seconds. Oh well. Let's head right into the emergency quest now. Actually, let me make sure I got my my matching set. I do not. There we go. And let's make our way down. Alright, let's do it.
Emergency code due.
I got one of the dragons here.
砕くこんなものか砕く外れろこんなものかどうなっても知らんぞ認めぬ
Completed.
Down they go. Alright, so Matoy could use a hand here.
Code due.
Oh, I've been frozen.
Completed.
Alright, we got a descent draw here. And down they go. Moving on. Alright, where is Mr. Umbla? Not here yet, apparently.
Emergency code due. Completed.
There they are.
Emergency code present.
Alright, let's see who our next target's gonna be.
Completed.
Ah, Mr. Boing has appeared.
Joker.
That'll give us an even better rare drop rate here. Speaking of, I need to refresh.
Completed.
There goes the Garans. We still got the Sturmmiser up, though. There we go. Moving on.
Your Majesty, code due.
So I hope everybody watching enjoyed enjoyed their holidays, whatever it is that they may celebrate.
Your Majesty, code due. Completed. Your Majesty, code due.
Oh, I'm frozen again. And frozen again.
Completed.
Alright, let's keep up the pace here. Time's gonna be running out very soon here. Pop that. And let's also pop the Elder form. Ah, nice. That cleared up another clan order we had. I have my doubts for going to take any of these out in time, though. I guess that's possible about what he was, what that boss was trying to do. Alright, let's get ready for the next round here. I need to restock on mates. Just waiting on 2 players, and then we'll be able to get going again here. Alright, we got 2 players in, let's get this going. And off we go.
Code Q. Completed.
Thought I saw something pop up. There it is.
Your Majesty. Code Q. Completed.
Alright, next target is another of these dragons here.
Your Majesty. Code Q. Completed.
Yeah, ultimately, the enemies that you find here are just much easier than how boss fights back in PSO went.
Q.
At least when you get a big group like this together in, they're all what's classified as expert players. Completing expert, or rather getting access to the expert player distribution group requires you to complete a couple of missions with an S rank on them. Expert does not unlock any new features, it does not unlock any new quests, it just allows you to group up with other players that are of a similar skill level to yourself. There's Mr. Umbla. Or Saint Umbla.
Emergency code present.
The Earth Destroyer's trigger that I did earlier today, that actually qualifies as one of the requirements that you need to complete. You need to take that out within 18 minutes, and I did that in about 16 minutes 40 seconds or so.
Completed.
The other one has you going through Phantasmal Phantoms, which is an extreme quest. For that one, you have a time limit that you need to reach, as well as you just have to survive through the whole thing as well. Which, thanks to a toilet, it's actually now way easier to do than it used to be.
Completed. Emergency
Joker.
code Joker. Completed.
Oh, that griffin landed right on top of me here.
Emergency code due.
Alright, Griffin is down, we just need to take out the Miser now. There we go, and moving on. Another Blizzard Banther.
Emergency code due.
And I'm frozen. Yeah, they do seem to have that attack that causes even more ice to come out. So you might be right on that popsicle idea.
Completed.
Alright, let's pop Elder. Since time is running out. Another miser.
Emergency. Code due.
Ooh! Alright, those missiles got me that time. Not a huge loss, though.
Completed.
And we got an Emperor Rappy here. They go down thanks to my Imperial Cleave.
Emergency. Code due.
And I am full on items. Let me clear some space here real quick. Alright, we got one more run coming up, and then that's going to do it for me today. After all, we had those, what was it, about 5 hours of Phantasy Star 0 today? So definitely this was a full stream. We're approaching about 7 hours by the time this will be done. Looks like we also got some decent units here. Oh yeah, those all resist and those mutation 2s, those will be really nice when it's time for me to look at the next units I build. Hope we get some more players in here. Yeah, there we go. Now we're up at 7 players. Alright, we're at 11 players. Once we get Actually, now we're at 12. I'm gonna give everybody a minute here to get their inventory sorted before we start up the last one here. Or I guess somebody else will start it up for us. Alright, here we go.
Emergency code due.
I can tell that the music bug is still happening here, where the music does not have as high priority as it's supposed to have. That's what's causing that crackling sound to happen. Hey, your players actually went down during that attack. Once again, Matoy needs help.
Completed.
Let's have a gold shred on one of these.
Completed.
That even cleared up another client order I had. Alright, so Banger Bears. That takes care of one of them. There goes the other.
Completed.
And there's Mr. Umbla.
Emergency code present.
Nice, got both of them with the Imperial Cleave.
Your Majesty, code due. Completed.
ここだ
Your Majesty, code due.
消えよさあ舞い踊ろうはあ消えよ我が消える
Completed.
Alright, so we still got a few minutes left here. Here comes a Gal Griffin, or a Dios Griffin, rather. What does it have in its partner?
Your Majesty, code due.
Ah, one of those. Nice, we one-rounded it. Another Golshrada.
Your Majesty,
So we're probably going to end up with another 7,000 points or so for this one. Poor turtle guy. Never had a chance.
completed. Your Majesty, code due.
Alright, let's pop the Elder form. There goes the Griffin. There goes the other one.
Completed.
Alright, we're gonna just be short of 7,000 points, it looks like then. Unless we can take something down, like, right now.
Your Majesty, code due.
Well, we got one of them, but not the other. It looks like we got some collection file drops, so that's good news as well here. Alrighty, and let's just take a quick look at the campaigns that came through. That's actually a lot of campaigns. And I'll go ahead and collect on the ARC's missions as well. Alright, and so with that, we had a pretty full day here. With Phantasy Star 0, starting that up, and that's going to be a game that I'll be continuing through for quite some time until whenever we do manage to beat that game. And of course, you know, just keeping up with the Joneses here on Phantasy Star Online 2. Next patch is going to be happening next year. Although I'm still hoping that eventually we do get an English translation of the new Etoile cutscene. We'll see when that happens. But yeah, as of right now, I'm just waiting for what the new January event is going to be. Which will then give us access to the Novel weapons again, as well as the Liberation Unlock Key, which is going to unlock the next weapon tier. Whenever that is ready, so... but, until then, if you've enjoyed today's show, do keep in mind, there is that little follow button there, in the corner. In addition, I also do have a Discord, link to that is in the description below. And with that, let's see if we can figure out someone that we can raid here. Bear with me for one moment while I take a look at who is currently streaming. Actually not recognizing any names. Let's see if anything aside from Phantasy Star Online 2 is being played right now. Okay, I think I got it. So we started today with Phantasy Star 0, then we moved on to Phantasy Star Online 2. Why don't we raid someone that's playing the original Phantasy Star Online now here? Or specifically episode 1 and 2 on the GameCube. So this is going to be C. Carl, Boba Dean will be raiding. Let me get that into my setup here. Alrighty, and thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. Let's get this raid started.
Mish, what horrible creature. Oh god, there's a raid. Don't hurt me.